Hello everybody, welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I am Lisa Richmond and I am excited to come on and leave a little bonus video. I said I was not coming on before the new year because I took this time off to be with family, and that is exactly what I've done. Yet, spirit sometimes prevails, and I was flooded with messaging this morning, and so I wanted to come on and just share it and see whomever finds this, lands on this video, it's for you. Like, guaranteed you were meant to hear this, okay? And I know a lot of people feel that, but I really believe that to be true. Like, when you find a video or you find a message, you're guided there for a reason. So just trust that you found this video for a reason, okay? Because I know it was too strong of a message just to leave it behind. Okay, so when I tuned in for my meditation this morning, one of the things, sorry, there might be smoke up around, I'm lighting incense and then all of a sudden it's just come around the camera, so sorry about that. But one of the things that came through this morning is that there is a big, almost like pulsation of heart space energy right now. And it's almost like when we went through the solstice and then we came down through the solstice and now we're headed toward the new moon on the 30th. We're in this like in-between space of darkness. Yet it's not like it's like sucking us into like low vibe darkness. It is the surrender to the depths of any of the shadow work that is hanging out in our energy field. So I was talking to a dear friend today, and the way Spirit brought it through for me was like if you're walking through a forest, okay, and it's dark, and you're walking, and that forest is representative of your shadow work. Shadow specifically in this situation being any of the past triggers, emotional pieces that you're still holding in your energy field from childhood, from early adulthood, from postpartum, from early stages of relationship development, early stages of trust, attachment, that kind of stuff that is still holding density in our energy field is going to come up as blatant representations around you that come through family get-togethers, that come through conversation, interactions, even to the point where you like go for dinner or something and your interaction with another guest or even your server, management or something like that. If there's still a representation of some sort of shadow aspect or like the depth of something that's still holding space in your energy field, it's not meant for you to necessarily go back into where it was developed and hang out there and believe that to be true. Look at it like a representative, something that's showing up that's like, hey, I still exist. And I've been chosen as the energy placer, the person that is representing the energy that still exists in your energy field. Here I am, your brother. I'm standing and I'm here to represent the piece of you that still feels unlovable by the masculine. I'm gonna say some misogynistic comment and it's gonna affect you, and that part of you is going to be triggered enough to come forward so that you don't explode on your brother, not the representation, is that you can say, I still see that this is holding space. I see that this is coming up. But here's the thing. When you're experiencing it in this level or this frequency, it actually gives you the ability, if you step back enough outside of the nucleus of what the trigger is and say, I still am getting like fired up from this. Why? What part of me is getting fired up by this? I need to like witness this. I need to view this. Okay? The ability for you to view it is exponentially higher in this current frequency. It's like you're able to see triggers and shadows that have been hanging out in your energy field but you're observing it in a higher frequency. You are not going backwards. Feels like it, but you're not. So back to the analogy of going through the forest, the thicket of it. What they're asking you to do, Spirit, is check your backpack, bring out the blanket that you have packed there, lay it out on the floor of the forest, the dark shadow forest, and just lay down. And so what that can look like, if this is like a metaphor case, so what that can look like is you actually not continually going through the thicket of the branches and deeper into the darkness. You're like, okay, this is where I want to lay down. Like, I don't think I want to go any further. And it's not about like not experiencing it. It's like, I know what I'm experiencing. I'm in the middle of it. So instead of winding myself up by getting lost through the thicket of it, I'm going to lay down right in the middle of it. That's what surrender in the shadows looks like. So that's you being like, I am not dedicated to being right in this trigger, this conversation. I'm not attached to all these people knowing and feeling and understanding how I actually felt or feel in this situation. No, it's being like, okay, I see that all of this still exists. So I'm going to lay down right in it. And I'm going to allow myself to listen to every aspect of myself that is crying out with the trigger, with the emotional part, with all the representatives that have shown up in this season to show me all the things, because all the things are showing up in this higher frequency, so that moving past this new moon on the 30th into the new year, into the new dynamics of it, yeah, January and February are going to be a little wavy. But here's the thing. It's like you're not under the current. You are coming up from under the current. Stop resisting the current. Allow yourself to come up from it. Acknowledge everything that's showing up around you. And then you take control of what's showing up. Saying, I see all the representations. I understand this. I'm going to take back my control. I'm going to realign myself. I'm going to ground myself. Connect to my inner truth. Say yes to the things that are a hell yes and no to the things that aren't a hell yes. So just yes or no. That's it. I'm going to honor my body. I'm going to eat what I know is in alignment with me. I'm going to drink what's in alignment with me. I'm going to sleep when I need to sleep. I'm going to make my exercise routine what is in alignment with what my body needs. I'm going to say no to calling these people back and talking on the phone when it does not serve me. I'm going to say no to this social gathering because I'm absolutely burnt, dried, and I need to regenerate myself. And that's it. So like unapologetically going through that. And then that, it's not fighting against it. It's just going. So all of a sudden you brought back up from the current. You're surfing the next 2 months with the waves. Yeah, it's not clear. It's not clear like glass. But you gotta like ride the waves a little bit in order to allow yourself to get a grasp of what it feels like to be able to maneuver these waves through. You've built up the stamina. You understand what you need. And then the sun comes out a bit, trust me. End of February, beginning of March, that's when the sun's going to start coming out a bit. It's not like the next 2 months are like, nah. But it's like this transition time where we all come up from like the burp of the end of December. And we're going to like ride it out. And we're going to see that as we float, some of the waves are like off in the distance. You're like, whoa, those were massive waves, but I'm not even feeling them anymore. And some of these new waves, I get that they're coming, but because I have the experience of riding those waves over there, these ones, they'll be fine. It's like, wow, like a well-oiled machine. Okay. So right now they're saying this is the hearth. This is the center point. This is the focal point of understanding, of you completely allowing yourself to let go the resistancy to all the schmag around you that's happening, and lay out the blanket, receive the burst of heart space love, the influx of your guides and your higher self to come in order to help you come up from that current, okay? So this, by laying down and saying, okay, now I'm just gonna release it, that tension, it's going to allow you to be able to hear and receive the messages from your guides, from your higher self, so that you can pull yourself out of the current and we can start riding the waves. We can start breathing the air, okay? So yes, the time between solstice and the new moon is big. This is the biggest part of that center point, so that you can see and receive and understand and know all the things. It's not about fixing them all. It's about seeing how all these representations have come up, okay? And then maybe on the new moon, you can do any kind of ceremony that you need to have to release, to allow things to like go, to acknowledge is enough. So picture that new moon where you're like, hey, I have no light in this forest. I have no idea where the hell I'm going, and it just keeps getting thicker. The only thing you can do is lay out your blanket, lay down, receive it, and then it's like, okay, resistancy gone. Then the light comes out. You can pack up your stuff, and it's not perfectly clear, but at least you can see. That is what is going on, okay? So figure out what you need to for the 30th to be able to release. You're laying down on this blanket, you're receiving it all, and you're saying, thank you for showing up in this representation so I know I can let go of this. Thank you for that confrontation, that frustration, that blah, 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 blah that has come up since the 21st, massively, so that we can be like, okay, all of that, and then it's like Aladdin and Jasmine, a whole new world. Okay? That was pretty big. Like, I got real hot and heavy in that one. So if you have any questions about this, or if you want to share anything that's kind of transpired with you, make sure you put it in the comments. Send me messages. See, all my other platforms are in the description. If you want to book a one-on-one reading, I do channeling, direct channeling from your guides. You can go to lisarichmond.ca. You can go to avalon.com. avalonspirit.com and book a session with me. And if not, go back and look at some of the videos that I've done for Tarot Tuesday, Thoughtful Thursday. I do healing and sound that comes on Saturdays. But this is just a bonus video because it came through today. So I'm going to post it. And if you see this and you're listening and you're still here, 100% this message is for you. Okay? So I hope that everything's going well. Happy new moon in a couple days. And I'll come back next week with some tarot cards and some more channeled messaging. So I love you. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, do love you and appreciate all the sincere messages and community that has formed in Beyond Boundaries. So thank you. Sending you tons of love. Lay out your blanket, relax, take it all in. You're safe. This is all for the better good for you, okay? I love you so much. See you next time.